I wish I could do that, but I don't have the time, the money, or the opportunities. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining Renewed Mind Breakthroughs with Ashley. How many times have you thought that to yourself or heard someone say that? Like they want to do something, but they can't because they don't have the time, they don't have the money, they don't have the opportunities. It's like, listen, people, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all have a lot of stuff on our plate. It's just about what you make of it, make with your time. Like, how are you spending it? How are you spending your money? Like what are you doing to look for these opportunities? It makes a big difference, again, about perspective. Like when you get home after a long day, like is your idea of, you know, like self-care or entertainment or rest to be sitting there for like hours in front of the TV? Like that's not going to get you into a better situation in life. Like, if you want to learn a new skill, if you want to, just do something else, like start a business or whatever, like people are like, oh, I don't have the time. And yet you're sitting there for hours a night scrolling social media or sitting in front of Netflix. Like, oh, don't have the money to, buy those healthy supplements, but yet you have the money to go get that coffee or that energy drink. It's like, oh, wish I had more time to like get into the Bible, and yet you start your day looking at your phone and like, that sucks you in for at least a good half an hour. That's a good half an hour that you could have spent in the Word. Like I don't have time to exercise. But again, how are you spending your time? Like I have 5 children, I work full time. Like you do have the time. You absolutely do. It's just how are you spending it? Get good at multitasking, like put that Bible app on while you're making supper or whatever. Like there's lots of different ways that you can make God a priority, without it being like so much time. It's not about what resources you have. It's about being resourceful. If you are resourceful, you could figure out how to come up with that money, cut some of your subscriptions out. You'll like, oh, buying healthy food is so expensive. But yet, you'll go out to dinner or hit up the drive-through to make things easier for you when you get home. Like, you will figure it out. If you really want something and you really put your mind to it, you can figure it out. It's about being resourceful. Like really think about it. Look at your situation, step back, write down every way that you spend your day. Like really think about it. Like by the 15-minute block, like get real nitpicky and like just look at how you are spending your day. Same with your money. Like write down every dollar you spend. I bet if you really examined it, you will realize that there's a lot of waste. There's a lot of extra things that you could cut out. And if you really want something, you got to make sacrifices. If you want to change your life, if you want to do something better, like let's say you've been wanting to like start a business, or oh, I wish I could hire a fitness coach and lose that 20 pounds because I need someone to hold me accountable and teach me the things, and I don't even know what I'm doing if I like try to exercise on my own or whatever. Well, then hire a coach. Like I had to make a lot of sacrifices to be able to afford that. But it's all about your priorities and how resourceful you are. Like you can absolutely have all the things you want. Like, are you going and getting your nails done? Your like eyelashes? Are you dyeing your hair? Like, are you going and spending all this money on, clothes or, whatever, like overspending on the holidays, upgrading your phone or whatever the case may be. I mean, it's all about your priorities. Like really look at it. You could do so much with your time and so much with your money, and you can open up these doors of opportunity if you really want it, if you really focus on your goal and you go after it and you examine your life and take out all that stuff that is not serving you, that is not, in the end of the day, like I always like to think, if I was laying on my deathbed, would I have cared that my lashes were done? Or would I care about the time I spent with God and my family and, actually doing things that bring joy and don't suck the joy out of me? Like, you know? So I hope that everyone is having a wonderful day. And if you got any value from this, hit that like button, share it with a friend. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for joining.